Hi guys, welcome back. Jean here. Okay, now last week I showed you guys how to wire loop a bead. So that just means we just put a loop at the end of our bead. So we are going to use these for making dangles. So we're going to make dangles for, these are the Pokey tools that we made a couple weeks back. So we're going to make dangles for a couple of them. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Dangles is one of my most requested viewer request videos. That and glue stoppers are one. So we're going to be working on that pretty soon. Now that Christmas is over, we can kind of get to some more of these projects that have been building up here. So we're going to do this first. What I already did is I just picked out some beads for each of them, some beads, some charms, and I already put a jump ring on each one of them. So simple as that. So all you do is now you can add a jump ring to the end of that loop that you made. Okay, so I'll link that video for the wire loop in the description below, so you can do that. So how I do my dangles, first of all, when you're doing now, we're doing the mini Pokey tools. So of course you don't want something, you know, real long. I probably go maybe halfway down my tool or whatever. It's kind of a preference thing. And I do not make like chunky kind of charms, not for my Pokey tools or my glue stoppers. For purses, you can go ahead and make chunky charms, and for like backpacks and stuff, but you don't want a lot of weight to things like Pokey tools, your pens, and your glue stoppers, stuff like that. So we're not putting a lot on. We're going to do, I think, 2 strands each on this one. And you different chains, like these are chains you can buy already pre-cut to a size. So I got some of those. Those come, I think I probably got these off of Temu, one of them, but I think you can get them just about anywhere. They're probably like at 2 inches in length. And once you pull it out, it's probably 2 inches after I get it straight. So they're 2 inches. This here is just from an old necklace. So you can see this is the extender piece, and then this is just the regular chain piece. And I believe this is also, yep, from a necklace. So you can use, you know, things like that. Don't throw away like your old necklaces and stuff like that. Now, some of these, the jump rings might not go through, so you have to be careful with that too. I think this one looks like it might be okay. This side definitely will be okay because this is similar to the ones you buy. And then I got a couple of the little lobster claw things, lobster clasp. So I like to put the lobster clasp on. Then you're easy to take on and off if you want to switch out. Or if I'm gifting this, some people might not like that dangling off when they're working. So easily they can take that off, and then they just have the Pokey tool. They can use this on something else. They can put the dangle on, you know, their purse or whatever they want to after that, you know. Okay, let's work on this one. And I'm going to cut, I need my jump rings over here. So I need a silver jump ring. I'm going to use a fairly bigger one, not that real thick one. Let me dig through here. Because I'm going to hook 2 chains on. You know, this is the fun with jump rings. It's like they're all sticking together. So I'm going to use one about this size. Just because I'm putting 2 chains on it and make sure I want to have it big enough and then to fit through everything. Okay, so let's work with that one. And let's just stick, that's not going to be enough. Let's go ahead. I'm going to first see if I can use one of these chains, if the jump rings will fit through. Let me just quickly, we'll test this. And I just got my flat nose pliers. I got a couple of them. And okay, this might not fit through this chain. Whoop. Gotta get a better grip, Jean. Get a grip. And you know, you gotta get the hole there. Yeah. Will they fit on there? No, they're not really gonna fit. So we'll use the little end pieces here. So I'm gonna take that off. And well, this one has a jump ring on, so we can just use that jump ring. We'll save this jump ring on the end of this one. Find where your opening is. Then you want to twist it apart And then I'm going to keep it on the extender. I'm using the extender part of that necklace. Taking that off, the other chain off. That won't cooperate with me right now. There we go. Get that back on there. Well, the struggle is real here, people. Also dealing with a finger that wants to split on me again. I got the Band-Aid on it, the liquid Band-Aid, and you know. All right, so I'm just going to close that up for a minute so that we'll use that. I think that one will be big enough so we can save the other one. Let's close this just for a minute. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you kind of hold it and see where you want. I can see that that's going to be way too long. So what I like to do is kind of hold it there. I want this tree as my bottom one. So I'm going to kind of position that where I think I want that. And I'm thinking right about here. So let's cut that link off. And a lot of these you can't pull apart. Some you can, but some of them you cannot. Okay. So now let's, as my jump ring, my other jump ring fell off. Oh no, it's on that end. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna need a jump ring for this end. We're gonna hook the tree onto this end. And this should be long enough like we want. Nope, do I got the right end or the wrong one? This is the long one, okay. But I did lose my jump ring, didn't I? It's not cooperating with me. Okay, so these are both pretty much the same length, so. Okay, so let's put on, oh, there the jump ring is. We'll use that one in a minute. So I'm gonna use this one. And then I wanna get another chain on here. I wanna see, first of all, I wanna see if how much room we have on there. Okay. Okay, now the other chain I don't want hanging down as low. So we're gonna hook it on there and then we'll cut off when we're ready to cut it off. So I want 2 chains on there. This will make sense if I were getting it put together. Then I'm gonna put my lobster on. Okay, and let's close this all back up so we don't lose everything. Just twist it shut. I got the dropsies, don't I? I'm trying to hold this for the camera and okay. Put that one back on. Put that one back on. It's really not as hard as I'm making it look. Let's get that out of the way because I see a glare there. Alrighty. But obviously it doesn't want to cooperate. And then we're just gonna close it shut. Make sure you don't have any gap there or it's even not even. So this is gonna hook now onto my Pokey tool. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 hanging down. Let's hang our tree at the bottom. He popped way over there. Okay, and most of these I put the jump ring on all of these so that we'd be ready to go. And I just have to open them up and put them on. Okay, so we're gonna put this on one of the chains so we can see how long it's gonna drop down. And you can adjust this anytime too. If you still think it's too long, you could definitely just take it right back off. Okay, so there's my first one. I really love that tree. So there's our first one at the bottom. And I'm thinking that might be just a couple links too long yet for me. Because that's what, on these mini ones, because I already went down a little bit more. So I want to bring that up a couple. So I'm just going to cut off 2, let's try 2 links. See how that is. cut these two off. And I'll take this back off. I'm going to cut that one off, and then we'll open it up and put it on. This is the first time I've made the mini Pokey tools. I've made the big ones. So getting my adjustment right is always the fun part. Okay, let's see. Go back to this one now, the shorter one. The other one will cut down. Okay. I think I like that better. So we're going to cut this one, take at least 3 lengths off. 1, 2. So I want it shorter. So let's take at least 3 of them off. And on the bottom of that one, I think I want this little piece, I think, on the bottom of that one. This little tassel thing. I think we're going to put the bottom of that. And I'm going to make sure. And I don't worry about gold and silver and all that stuff because, you know, it's really hard to get everything in either silver, everything in either gold. So I'm just going to hold it there. I want one more off. Because in the scheme of things, you don't notice it that much anyways, once it's all hooked on here and everything. And some of them just have very little gold on. But if you want to stick with the color, I could even find enough things in one color anyways. Mostly, I deal with mostly silver, but there was a couple things I really, really wanted to use. And they were gold, and I'm like, we're going with it. Okay. Like this tree is so pretty, but it's a gold background. And that almost matches the beads perfectly. So now I have this hanging down. You can see we have that. And I think the feel is right. Now we're just going to scatter a couple more on. And I've got all these I can work with yet. We're going to just scatter a couple more on here. And let's work with what I want on the tippy top first. I think I'll put like this one. And I think I'll do this one. We'll put them right at the top. And it's a matter of trying to figure out, since this chain has a lot of bling on it, we're going to put this one on this side, and we'll put this more plain one on this side. Yeah, just don't mind my fingers. They were doing pretty good. I've been using lanolin. I did get a prescription from the doctors, which I don't think really works anyways, but you can only use it for 10 days at a time because it thins your skin. So to me, that one was kind of useless. But the lanolin seems to work, and they were doing really good. But then I started bead work, and anytime I do some little detailed things like this, my fingers start to crack. So I got the liquid bandage on, and so now we have what looks like that. Okay, so we have that on now. And now let's put this one on this side over here. Now again, this is your preference, how much you like to add on here. Like I said, I don't make them too bulky. So this one's going to go on with the tassel. And I'm putting that right along the top. They're simple enough to work. Actually, the hardest part of making a dangle is checking for, let me bring this down a little bit more, is finding what you want to put on it, all your charms and all that stuff. So just figuring all that out. Okay, so this is what I have so far on this dangle. And so I stuck with pretty much the peachy colors. Now we are going to take, I have a clear and a white, clear white. That one. Okay, I'm gonna put this down like this, and I'm gonna check this out in between here. And this one, I might just want this clear in between there, because the white's gonna stand out. I think the white's gonna just stand out too much. The white, and I think We can put you over there, maybe use you over there. So I'm going to put this one on this one, and then think that one. This one might hit the tree, though. I might want to switch these. If I put this up, put this over here. Okay, let's see what if I like that. Trying not to use that ugly finger. So if my fingers get really bad, we'll be postponing the glue stopper one until they all heal, and I'll do the other video I have planned. So I'm going to put this right about in the middle. So right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, so right about here. There we go. Okay, and now let's do the last one. When you think you have a lot of beads in your stash, but then you just don't have all the colors that you're looking for. Let's see, this one's gonna have to go up about here, so that's not touching right on top of that one. A little bit more. There we go. All right, so that's all we're going to do on that. Okay, flip that tree because I really like that tree. So you got a little of everything in there. Trying to flip that other one. So, and then kind of dangles. And then, like I said, if they're a person that doesn't like dangles, they may take this off. Just use that. And they have this to add on to something else. So that's that one. Get that on there. And that's typically what I do on my glue stoppers too, is I'll put the lobster on too. So I think I'm okay, happy with that one. Let's put that off to the side for a minute. Pull this one out. This one we put on the little spacer with the loop. This one had already had the loop attached to the cocktail skewer, cocktail pick, whatever they want to call them. Okay, and this one we added on our spacer with the loop there. So same process, I'll use the same chain. My end piece on this one is probably going to be this one and this one, my two end pieces. Probably be those two pieces. So this one though already has a lobster on. Oh, I'm sorry guys. Let's take them off there, they got that shine. Okay, this one and this one, okay? But I don't want the lobster on this one, so we're going to take it off because I don't want that on the bottom. It's going to make it not look good, right? And then we'll use this one for one of our ends. Same thing is we'll take our two chains, and we know we want to get rid of some of this. I'm going to kind of just look at this one and see how long I made it. I can also count the links too. 6 on that one and 4 on that one. Okay, 2, looks like 6. And let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the same. Okay, that. Like I said, if you want to add more, but this is weighty enough. You know, when you're working, you don't want, like I said, a lot of weight. So it's fun to play, fun to dangle with, but you don't want too much weight. All right, so let's take off our little lobster here because we do not want that on here. I can find the opening. Oh, this one's hiding. This one is hiding good. There it is. Okay, let's just get the lobster off. And we'll take that then and put that on the bottom of this chain. It's open, and then we can still use that lobster on this project. Okay, and now that will be the bottom of that one, and let's do the bottom of my other chain right away. Okay. Come on. All right, put that one on there. You know, beadwork is not the easiest to show on camera. All right, so that's going to be on that one. Now let's go ahead. We got our lobster here we can use. And then we need another jump ring out of here. I just keep all mine. I got my jump rings in because I use those more. I got my lobsters in with this container because I use them mostly with my jump rings. So let's see what we want. And I just mix all mine together. All the sizes, everything. You know, if I put everything by itself, I'd have like 1,000,000 containers. And I just had it and I pushed it aside. Let's use this one. I will be showing organization. That is another big one I get all the time. And so that will hopefully be coming up soon. Okay, now let's hook all of this up. Oh, that jump ring is going to be too big for the hole on that one. Do these two have the same size hole? No. See, this is one that came with that other thing, so we have to use this one. Okay. Okay, now we have our bottom and our top piece. And then we'll go, let's see what we have. We've got 2 clears. No, we don't. We use that clear. Okay, let's put our butterfly, I think, on that one with the flower. I'll link as much of this as I can in the description below. Come back, come back. Okay, try again. Okay, put our butterfly on. And that's a little crooked. There we go. So we have that on that side. So we have our butterfly, we have our flowers. And then I think we'll put this one on top of the other one. Right about there, I think. Just choose where you want to put it. Okay, so we have that so far. Put you on that side. That so far. And maybe I want this clear one. Jump ring's missing. Maybe the clear one on this side. Break that up. Kind of like this one's got the pink and everything in. It kind of matches this one. But then I got 2 kind of bulbs on that side, which sometimes you can't help. I got this really long one, but that's not going to work in here now. really that well. I'm going to switch this one. I'm going to switch this one out. I'm going to probably still use it, but I'm going to put the other one on top, I think. Okay. Put this one on top, I think. The hardest part is trying to find the opening of your jump ring. And I want that long one. Oh, it's in my hand, duh. Okay, I'll put that right up here on the top. Okay. So I think, let's see what that looks like. I kind of see. So I definitely want something down here just a little bit yet. So we're gonna take, and I think I'm going to use this one because I really like that one. Come on. Let me just twist one forward, one backwards. And we are going to put that one right about here. Right about there, people. Yeah, they're not hard to make. Like I said, the worst part is going into your stash, figuring out what you want to use, if you have enough stuff. I use little beads. I don't use any of those gum beads, the gumball beads, or any of those. You want to stay with small beads for these projects. And I'm just debating if I want to put one more, that clear one in here, or if that's going to be too much. I need a smaller jump ring though. I don't want that big a jump ring. So let's grab the small one in here. Let's grab a small one. Okay. Put that on. And I'll put that right about in the middle of this one. Okay, so I'm going to lay it down so you can kind of see what we have there. A few different colors. This one's got a pink tint to it. So we got little of different colors here. Okay, so let's add that on now and hope we like it. And so that's what that one will look like on it. Let me see if I can lay those down so you can kind of see. Lay this one out. This is all I have left of the Pokey tools, by the way, of the ones we made a few weeks ago. Yeah, these are the only two I had left. The rest have been gone bye-bye. Some of them were sent in my December giveaway, and some of them were just given away to friends and stuff. So that's how you do that. So not so hard to do. Like I said, you just gotta, go through your stash. Most of these had to be wire wrapped. The charms, no, of course not, but most of my beads I had to wire wrap, all the beads. Even this little raspberry bead I had to wire wrap. So that's always, I have a container which I showed in my other haul, my other video, where I wire wrap beads that I think I will use on dangles and put them in that container for later. So it's not like a lot of these size beads, you can't use on your pens and stuff. So the only other place I'm going to use them anyways is most likely in dangles. So I will wire wrap them right away, throw them in that bin, and then they're done for me. So these are both wire wrapped. And I don't always put the jump ring on ahead of time, but I did for this project, so it'll save us a little bit of time. But so that is how you do the dangles, you know. And that's similar how we're going to be doing them for the glue bottles, the glue stoppers. And so we'll be doing that. Like I said, this little finger, if it doesn't get any worse, we'll work on that one. But we got to give it a little time to heal in between here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope I answered the questions for all those who've been asking me to do dangles. We can do a chunky one later on. Those take a lot of beads for your chunky purse ones and stuff. And those take the bigger beads, like your 16 mils and 14 mils and stuff like that. And but for these, you just want your little dainty beads. And you can get these mixes of beads like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any place like that. So you can get those there. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.